And guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 back up at you again for another live stream tonight. And this is going to be the second one as we have my Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2018 preview and predictions video. Of course, we're going to take a look back at all the matches taking place on this show, which there is going to be a lot of matches. Officially made, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 matches already for a B show pay-per-view, which is a little too much for sure, I think. And there was a couple matches that, could be teased or could happen to make it more than that. But again, we already have a little too many matches, I feel, for a B pay-per-view. A couple matches that feel a little bit unnecessary, in my opinion. So this show is definitely going to go 4 hours flat on the dot. There's going to be some short matches on this show. I feel we're going to get. But of course, we'll get into those in a little bit. Of course, as well, I do want to, of course, share 3 matches also that I don't think at this point are going to be added to the card, but could be added to the card. It wouldn't surprise me because it's based off what we've been getting, mostly on SmackDown. There's one Raw match that would add. If not, they'll definitely see this match on Raw next week. But the 3 matches have not been made official. That wouldn't surprise me. They try to add them. Probably either pre-show matches or on the main show. Chad Gable and Bobby Roode taking on Authors of Pain in a rematch. I thought first maybe this could be this reason why to get excuse to have AOP get their rematch and just have a match at TLC and get the win back and whatnot. But I think if the match happens, Roode and Gable will retain because I want to see the story go further with Authors of Pain. Wanting to get rid of Drake Maverick as their manager because he cost them the tag titles in the first place. So if that match happens, Roode and Gable would win. If Nakamura and Rusev for the U.S. title does happen, I say Nakamura retains. I don't see them putting the belt on Rusev unless they're going to give him a serious push, especially since Rusev pinned Nakamura tonight. So I don't see him beating Nakamura, though. Maybe if he wins, okay. But with how irrelevant that U.S. title has become, I just don't know who's going to be the one to take it off of Nakamura. But I think Shinsuke retains. And if Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe happens, I would say Samoa Joe would probably have to win the match because I just feel he needs to win a lot more than Jeff Hardy at this point, since Joe has not won a pay-per-view since Extreme Rules 2017. And that's been a long time. So he does need a pay-per-view win for sure. He's put on some good performances at pay-per-views. He hasn't had a win since Extreme Rules in 2017. So I for sure think that Samoa Joe should win the match if that match happens. But that's 3 matches that have not been announced. But I don't think anything will happen because again, I don't think we need 15 matches on a B show pay-per-view. But check the live chat, see who's here as always. We got Bull of Eyes and Lauren. Mark back here again. Could you imagine the look on Corbin's face if Braun actually did show up? Oh, he would shit his pants. But I have a different scenario for that. 12 matches is too much. Matches that shouldn't be on the card are Elias and Lashley for sure. Natty and Ruby, I'd say so, yes. The Bar versus Usos and New Day, I'd say that match I'm fine with being on the card, but I would rather been just the Bar and Usos. And Team Too Happy and AOP shouldn't be on the card either, which they're not, but I don't think they're going to be on the card. SmackDown Tag Team title match should be a ladder match. I agree for sure, not Elias and Lashley. Bull of Eyes says he's ready for the TLC Triple Threat SmackDown Women's match. Oh, I am for sure, especially after that closing segment on SmackDown tonight. The kickoff show should have the mixed match challenge, cruiserweights Elias and Lashley, and Natty versus Ruby. Well, I don't think they'll have 4 matches on a kickoff show, but those are the possibilities for sure. But I doubt they'll have Elias and Lashley on a kickoff show. I think 2 of those matches are going to be on a kickoff show, which I'll get to that shortly. Her predictions are Bar, Elias, Ronda, Ambrose, Murphy, Natty, Orton, Braun, or maybe his replacement, which could be Bray, Asuka, and Bryan. Her favorite match is definitely the women's triple threat. So good stuff there, guys. Of course, keep your predictions coming as I'll get started with my predictions. I'm going to predict only 2 matches for the pre-show and 10 on the main show. I know, again, that's a lot, but some of these matches I don't expect are going to be that long. On the pre-show, though, I have the Mixed Match Challenge Finals, which apparently the winner gets the number 30 spots in their Royal Rumble match. It's apparently, because I haven't followed along the Mixed Match Challenge, but there's been so many, substitutions because of injuries and illnesses and storyline stuff going on. So it's not been that good of a Mixed Match Challenge, we'll say, this year. But the finals are R-Truth and Carmella and Mahalisha, Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. And I know I said months ago that I would want to see R-Truth and Carmella win the Mixed Match Challenge. But in my honest opinion, either way, with the stipulation of the winner gets the number 30 spot in a Royal Rumble match, you think any of these 4 are going to win their Royal Rumble match? No. I mean, Truth, I wouldn't be upset. Carmella, all right, whatever. I wouldn't, be depressed over it, but all right, whatever. But Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox, really? Really? We know how much I hate those. You know how much I hate those two. So again, my winner is Truth and Carmella, but it's not going to matter in the long run. And the other kickoff show match I have is Natalya and Ruby Riott in a tables match. As I said from Raw this past week with the promo that Ruby cut, showed that this feud could have had potential. But I feel they actually try to get serious with it too late. I felt, once again, it just shows how much singles potential Ruby Riott has for sure on the microphone and in the ring. And truth be told, I mean, especially with the fact that, Natalya, that Ruby brought out a table with Jim the Anvil Neidhart on the table. Truth be told, I think the better option here is Ruby Riott to win this match and put Natty through that table just to help, get her. Because if Natty wins, she's not going to be feuding with Ronda anytime soon. I really don't think she is. So just to get some momentum out of it, even if we'll put some more heel heat on Ruby Riott, I'd say Ruby Riott should win this match because it'll at least get something for her going, even if it leads to her having a match with Ronda Rousey at, let's say, Elimination Chamber or something like that. If they don't do a women's title match inside Elimination Chamber, which they probably will, but even if it's just give another challenger for Ronda Rousey on Raw, since she probably won't be defending the title at Royal Rumble. Have Ruby Riott win this match. I think it could benefit her from winning it. Natty can eventually get her win back, get her comeuppance later on Ruby Riott, but I think Ruby needs to win this match more, in my opinion. So I pick Ruby Riott to win this tables match. On the main show, again, I try to put this in order of how I feel the matches are going to happen. Starting us off, I have the tag title match with SmackDown tag titles with The Bar, the Usos, and the New Day. Again, I wanted to just be The Bar and Usos. I've seen New Day get how many tag title opportunities, over the past few months. So truth be told, I feel like, they shouldn't be in this match, but I feel like, a Bar and Usos feud should continue. Because I feel eventually what should happen, if they're going to get Sanity rolling, well, I'm sure the Bludgeon Brothers will be back at some point, by WrestleMania, I'd say. But I still think what could keep it interesting, though, is if eventually, they build up Sanity to be in a tag title feud. And, of course, unless they turn the Bar face, which I'm not sure is going to happen, I think they'll turn the Usos face. I mean, the Usos are face. I think eventually, Sanity would take the tag titles off of the Usos longer down the line. Or they turn the Bar face could too, but I feel, my thing is that I feel like this match is going to at least, continue a feud between the Bar and the Usos. So that's why I want to have the Bar retain, but they're going to pin the New Day, and have the Usos have an excuse like, hey, you guys didn't pin us, so we still can get our opportunity and whatnot against you guys. So that's why I want to go with that. That match is going to open up. Now, the second match. This match, to me, has worst match of the year written all over it. And it wouldn't surprise me if that happens. Again, right now, I can say my worst, again, spoiler alert, my worst match of 2018 has definitely been Asuka and Carmella in that James Ellsworth in a shark cage SmackDown Women's title match at Extreme Rules. That so far is my worst match of the year. This, though, could easily top that off. Elias and Bobby Lashley in a ladder match with a guitar suspended above the ring. We haven't had a match like this since, I think it was, well, besides the kendo stick on a pole, but a ladder match like this since Triple H and Kevin Nash in 2011 with a sledgehammer match. So pretty much, it was a sledgehammer was hanging from a ladder. That at least, was somewhat interesting, even though it was Triple H trying to take the momentum away from CM Punk. But that was somewhat interesting. This does not interest me at all whatsoever. Again, I love Elias as a babyface, but his in-ring ability still needs to improve for sure. And Bobby Lashley is just boring as hell, and he sucks. I'm sorry, even this heel turn is just not saving him. It's just not been a good run for Bobby Lashley. And, how is this going to make these guys look any powerful using a guitar as a weapon, which still pisses me off because, once again, why are we constantly using the guitar as a weapon when in NXT, Elias had a meltdown when Cassius Ohno destroyed his guitar before he was written off of NXT? But I don't care about this match at all. Again, it has worst match of the year written on. Again, a ladder match should be used for, a bunch of high flyers, for the Cruiserweight Championship, the WWE Championship. Could have been for in the triple threat for the SmackDown tag titles. Even if they would have had, Joe and Hardy in a match, they could have had like a ladder match or a tables match, but they gave it to Elias and Bobby Lashley. Really? They could have given it to Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor just to see, build on more of Drew McIntyre's whole thing of destruction and whatnot. But I don't care about this match. I'm just going to pick Elias to win because he needs him. I feel like he could use a win. Bobby Lashley doesn't need it again. He just sucks. I'm just at a point where I was like, why did he even come back to WWE to begin with? He's been booked like shit this whole year. But Elias is going to win that match. One more, and I'll check the live chat. Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton in a chairs match. Again, this has been a pretty good feud again. As I said before, I was a little sour on it at first when I was talking about my SmackDown review, how the fact that, they're going to just base this around Randy Orton ripping off Rey Mysterio's mask. But no, it's continuing on this trend of, Randy Orton claiming he doesn't feel respected as a legend, and he's going to knock everyone off the pedestal that we hold high on the pedestal. So so obviously, again, when he ripped off the mask, it wasn't enough to keep Rey Mysterio down. He tried doing more. So again, this feud is not based around, Rey Mysterio's mask and whatnot, which I'm glad about. Again, this is on Raw. That's what would have happened. But so this one was tough to predict because I wasn't sure who would benefit from this. But then I thought about this more in the long run. So back when Orton feuded with Jeff Hardy, I felt, okay, with this new heel persona, I feel that Orton needed him more to literally make what he says looks legit and make him be more of a serious heel. And someone, more, deserving, which I thought could have been Daniel Bryan, but now he's a heel. That's not going to happen. Someone else could eventually, be the one to put down the Viper. And I feel that person is AJ Styles to be the one to eventually beat Randy Orton in a match that could take place at WrestleMania if AJ Styles does not win the Royal Rumble and go on to dethrone Brock Lesnar, which is a rumor, which I wouldn't be opposed to that. But if not, then I think AJ Styles is going to feud with Randy Orton for WrestleMania, but I'll get that more later. So that being said, I don't think Rey Mysterio is going to be the one to beat Randy Orton and slow down his path of destruction. So I think it's going to be Randy Orton winning this match. But I'm hoping it's a good match. Again, it kind of makes me think back to whenever Kalisto and Baron Corbin had that chairs match at TLC 2016. That's definitely an underrated match. That was a really good match. So I'm hoping this match kind of lives up to that caliber, and I think it will. I think both Rey and Randy will put on a pretty solid chairs match, I feel. So I think I have Randy Orton beating Rey Mysterio in the chairs match. Rey will be okay. Live chat, check this out really quick here. Let me see here. Um, I think we were right here. Hopefully they'll close the show, but it'll probably be Braun and Corbin watch. Wouldn't surprise me. Um, what's up, Larry? I know, fickle, but I can't be too loud because my sister's sleeping. Heard Finn is dealing with illness. They don't know if he'll be cleared for Sunday. I think he'll be fine. Again, I do like how they kept him off the show though to kind of sell, McIntyre's just the danger of a McIntyre pretty much. So I think he'll be fine for Sunday. Um, the mixed match challenge has definitely been an injury mess. I'm rooting for Truth and Carmella to win too, but once again, if it was for the Royal Rumble spots, I don't really care because none of them are going to win. The mixed match challenge is worthless and it was better than last year. I agree. How did Charlotte and Jeff lose in the mixed match challenge? Can't remember who they lost to, but again, I didn't watch it. Bull Wise is okay if the year team matches him. It's all right. Lawrence still predicting Becky and Styles win the Rumble, which is still good picks. I'm still going with McIntyre, which is also an option for Lauren. Are all W pay-per-views combined now? Yeah. Any new feuds after TLC? Kind of send them up a little bit with these predictions. I'll get to that shortly. When do they finally split? Their time is up. They need to soon. Bludgeon Brothers returning as heels or faces? I still say heels. Or New Day could also use a heel turn, I gotta say. Usos are Lauren's favorite team. Longest match, shortest match. I still think the longest match should definitely be that women's TLC match. Give them a hell of a lot of time for sure with that match. Shortest match, which one was I going to say is being the shortest match? Oh, the match with Baron Corbin. That match needs to be short, which I'll explain why, of course, later on. Oops, wrong page. Hopefully they don't add Jinder versus Apollo. No, that does not need to happen. No. Only reason why I think Corbin is closing out the show is to determine his fate of GM, which again wouldn't surprise me. Corbin's Strowman match has universal title implications. Yeah, again, well, of course, got that story. We discussed that. Rollins and Ambrose should be a TLC match instead of Elias and Lashley and Styles versus Bryan should be a ladder match. Even if Joe and Hardy were added, they could have a TLC match as well, which I agree. The Orton and Ray feud chairs match takes me back to the Cena and Barrett chairs match. I think, I still think this is a little better than that. Strowman wins. He gets Lesnar at the Royal Rumble for the title shot, which is true. I want to see the SmackDown Women's Championship match made at TLC. Me too. Strowman may not be there, Lauren says, which is true. Orton next victim should be Styles or Bryan for the WWE title, which I don't think it's going to be Bryan since Bryan's a heel. But it could be a triple threat or something like that, maybe. But I'll get to that, of course, in a little bit. And Ray versus Shinsuke for the U.S. title, which could happen. Randy all the way. Haha. Whoever wins the chairs match should definitely get a title shot in the future, which probably may happen. Styles versus Orton, yes, please. They had one match and it was awesome. It was definitely the match they had in 2017 for the match against Bray Wyatt WrestleMania. I'm just happy Finn is finally getting a match with someone he can actually shine with. I do agree. Why is SmackDown going back to Friday as part of the Fox deal? Does this mean SmackDown will be pre-taped again? I don't think so, but don't quote me on that. When will the WWE title ever main event again? Who knows? Orton versus Ray will be better than Cena versus Barrett. She agrees with me. Sounds good. Let's get to the next couple matches. Now, this one's an interesting one to talk about. Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, again, as I keep saying, some feuds, heel turns and feuds, I feel, have really jumped to the meat of it. This one has kind of been a little slow with the build. And I feel that, it's because, they have a long-term plan for this, but they started the turn earlier than they expected, which is okay. Again, I still thought the Ambrose turn was going to happen probably around this time, like around TLC, which I heard rumors apparently the turn was going to happen with Ambrose costing Rollins the IC title and Elias would apparently win the IC title. So interesting there. Now, I could see that happening with Ambrose maybe winning the IC title because this feud is going to be more than just a mid card championship feud down the line for sure. And maybe Elias beats Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship, which I actually have ideas about that. But as far as this match goes, and obviously I keep saying this feud needs to go to WrestleMania. This feud has to go to WrestleMania. These two need to have a WrestleMania match. And I keep saying 3 stages of hell. It needs to happen at WrestleMania. I'm saying it right now. Rollins and Ambrose, 3 stages of hell, WrestleMania 35. I'm going to be there. I paid the money. I want to see it. It doesn't happen if we get, Rollins and Lesnar, okay. But again, like, what's Ambrose going to do? This heel persona really, again, is starting off slow. It's interesting, has potential, but again, it needs to process further. And how do I think that could happen? Well, here's my prediction. And it's tough because the IC title is involved in it. But my honest opinion, here's what I think should happen. Dean Ambrose will win this match, but by disqualification. Because this whole idea of him mentioning how Seth Rollins will eventually lose control of himself, pretty much, as he keep mentioning. I want to see WWE dig into that. It's kind of like a replica of, I shouldn't say replica, but kind of like the same path as what's happened with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa has just been, overcoming Johnny Gargano in the mind games in NXT, and Johnny Gargano is slowly becoming who he despises, and that's Tommaso Ciampa. And I don't want this to be duplicated completely like that, but on a baseline, something like that. And so this is why I think Ambrose is going to push Rollins over the line and cause Rollins to snap, causing a DQ. And probably sometime, between TLC and Royal Rumble, we will get a match with, another stipulation of, Ambrose playing the mind games and Rollins could lose a title via disqualified or something like that. And it gets too much to Rollins and Ambrose wins the IC title, but the run will be short and maybe he can drop it to Dean, to Elias or something like that. That's, with Elias coming out that win over Bobby Lashley at TLC. But that's what I think should happen. Have that story intertwined, because if this happens again, it doesn't hurt Rollins. And it doesn't really hurt Ambrose either. But it makes Ambrose's heel persona dig deeper. These mind games that he's trying to play with Seth Rollins are going to go to another level, I feel. Seth Rollins will lose control, as Dean Ambrose is saying will happen. So that's why I'm going to predict Ambrose winning this match by disqualification and Rollins snapping and just losing that control that Ambrose is talking about, if you guys get what I mean. But that's my prediction for the IC title match. Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax. I don't care about this match, but I'm not going to say this match is completely unpredictable, because obviously Charlotte's been saying that, and Ronda keeps teasing that, they're going to cross paths at TLC, so they're going to see each other there. Which it wouldn't be surprised if something happened there. But the right move I still say is Ronda Rousey retain a championship. I do not want to see Nia Jax get a run of that championship. Because I do think Ronda will be Raw Women's Champion all the way till WrestleMania, when she faces either Charlotte or Becky Lynch. Honestly, it could be a triple threat. But of course, we'll get to that, later on. But of course, if that SmackDown women's title match was not main event worthy, I would have maybe seen, Charlotte trying to get involved, or even Charlotte attacked Ronda Rousey after the match. Or if gosh, now I just had an idea for the main event. Man, I don't know. But Ronda Rousey needs to retain here. Long story short, because I don't give a crap about Nia Jax. She doesn't deserve a title run for sure. So Ronda Rousey wins here. Then Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor. Here's the thing. I definitely think Drew McIntyre needs to win this. However, though, The only way I would see Finn Balor winning here if he comes out as the demon. If it's Demon Finn Balor, well then again, if McIntyre can still defeat Demon Finn Balor, showing that a Balor's stronger persona is still not enough for McIntyre. Because I'm trying to think about this, McIntyre claiming that a victory, a loss, isn't gonna hurt him completely. It just makes him more dangerous and whatnot. But I think Drew McIntyre is gonna win this. But somehow I want to see Finn Balor still come out, strong from the loss. So I think Drew McIntyre is gonna win this match. Now here, of course, is an interesting one also. Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship in a rematch from the Super Showdown match they had. This one's tough to predict, some of the outcome, not because of who's going to win the match, but the aftermath and how it could happen. So here's what I've been mentioning. Obviously, Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander are getting to a point where they kind of need something fresh to do on 205 Live. Or, since Ali appeared on SmackDown tonight, could happen on SmackDown also. As both those guys for sure are more than just cruiserweight division material. And since they're letting them have some opportunities on other brands, again, I've gained more, okay, I'm more open to 205 Live because you're not limited to just the cruiserweight division. Once again, I wouldn't be pissed off if they even gave Finn Balor some time on 205 Live now, because he can have matches against guys that I know he can tear it up with and still eventually come back over to Raw or SmackDown, even though of course he's still bigger than just cruiserweight division, but what I mean. But so here's the thing's going to happen in this match. It's going to be good because both of these guys are awesome. Tony Nese is Buddy Murphy's workout partner. I think he will try to get involved in this match some way. I mean, not completely, making Buddy look weak or anything like that, but he will try to get involved in some distraction. Cedric Alexander's best friend, of course, is Mustafa Ali. So I think Buddy Murphy will retain. Here's the thing, because at first I was going to say Cedric was going to win this match and lead to the aftermath. But I think it's still too early to take the title off of Buddy Murphy with how great he's done. So what I'm going to say, here's what I'm going to say for the long-term booking for this. I'm going to say that Mustafa Ali will, come out and he will stop Tony Nese. But, and of course, this is a big but after, because I thought about this more after, of course, what happened tonight with Ali appeared on SmackDown. But I thought about it more. What if this little chat between Daniel Bryan and Mustafa Ali kind of triggered something in Ali's mind? Saying how, recently on 205 Live, saying how, he's going to do whatever it takes to get back up to the top and whatnot. What if that is by turning on Cedric Alexander and costing him the Cruiserweight Championship, and based off of that, setting up like a triple threat match for the Cruiserweight title between Murphy, Ali, and Alexander at the Royal Rumble, which is where Ali could win the Cruiserweight Championship, and we have like a feud for the Cruiserweight Championship with Ali and Alexander. Because once again, yes, Alexander could be the one to turn as well, but if he's in the match, like it doesn't feel like the heel turn could come from Alexander, since Ali helped him defeat Buddy Murphy in that tag team match every single 205 Live. And Ali can say, hey, I'm just doing whatever I need to do to get to the top, but it feels like every time I do something good, Cedric always one-ups me. And now I want to finally one-up him. So obviously I feel these two need to go into a little bit of a different direction in some ways. And, with, Cedric seeming the one to always be the one to overcome and always be one up on Ali, I think Ali will be the one to turn heel. I think Murphy, again, will retain. Ali, though, will stop Tony Nese from interfering. But I think Ali will cause Cedric Alexander to lose this rematch and turn heel. setting up a triple threat match for Royal Rumble and then a rematch at WrestleMania between Ali and Alexander, with Ali as the cruiserweight champion. Pretty bold, I gotta say. Like a pretty sick sounding prediction, I gotta say, for this. So a little bit of a twist. What do you guys think of it? Not sure. Could it happen? Maybe. May it not happen? Who knows? But just my little fantasy booking idea I had to throw in there. Best thing I have with the Cruiserweight Championship match. Let's see here. What we got in the live chat here? Let me see here. Kind of sick of seeing the WWE title not main eventing. I agree, both eyes. I wonder why we never see David Otunga wrestle anymore. He's been more so on commentary, but he's not good at that. Would you be surprised if Reigns will interfere in the Rollins and Ambrose match? I mean, I kind of, got a vibe about something whenever they asked, like, what would Roman think of that? And with the Ambrose package, and he's like, Roman, who cares and whatnot. So I got that vibe, like maybe he's come back sooner than later. But again, this feud with Rollins and Ambrose again needs to go with the WrestleMania, I feel. So I'd say not yet. Who do you think will be the commentary team this Sunday? They'll probably have it be the Raw commentary team. I hope, they switch it back and forth with SmackDown and Raw, but they'll probably be the Raw commentary team. Instead of the IC title, Dean and Seth should be fighting for the Universal title, which I agree. Instead of 3 Days of Hell, make it a last man standing. Which last man standing, I sure, but again, we haven't seen 3 Stages of Hell in a while, and this is a blood feud worthy of 3 Stages of Hell, so I'd rather have that. There's no stipulation for the Dean Seth match for this Sunday, which again I'm okay with because again it's building something bigger between them. Is Rollins currently the longest reigning champion? Technically, it's Pete Dunne's UK title reign, of course, but on the main roster, let me see here. Main roster, I gotta say, let me think here, because he got that SummerSlam. Technically tied with Ronda, because Ronda also got the title at SummerSlam. Rollins and Ambrose are both Grand Slam champions. Is Gargano heel still? I still don't think he's full-fledged heel, but I think he's slowly turning heel. I still feel he's a tweener, but again, the way I'm going to say Gargano is a heel is if he fully reunites with Tommaso Ciampa, which could be happening soon. Where is the Rumble? Chase Field in Phoenix. Ambrose, Lesnar, Rollins, and Strowman at the Rumble. I think it's good. If anything, it would just be Strowman and Lesnar at the Rumble, I'd say. I think Rollins and Ambrose was being the Royal Rumble match. Ronda will win by DQ due to Tamina interference. That would definitely suck, be pointless. But wouldn't surprise me if they did that. What if Charlotte goes to Raw the next night after Ronda retains her title, or even Becky? Maybe, but I think they even are going to. Is Charlotte officially heel now? I think she is. I didn't do the Ziggler turn yet because I don't know what's going on with him. Ziggler, will interfere to give Finn a win streak thing, which, okay, we haven't seen a Demon King since SummerSlam 16. We did see it this year at SummerSlam 2018, that short match with Baron Corbin, which was, short to the point. We saw it then. Buddy will retain, and Cedric will lose his cool and turn heel, with Murphy turning face, resulting in a double turn. Not a bad idea, as I feel, Murphy could pull off a face turn. That's not a bad idea at all, I gotta say. Mike Kanellis on contention for the Cruiserweight Championship. He's on 205 Live, but I still think he's not a contender for the championship yet. Wish Maria would show up on WWE TV again. I mean, she should. I mean, she's doing good. I mean, I'm liking what she's doing on 205 Live right now. Again, this whole idea with her kind of being the one to kind of more so wear the pants in this relationship with her and Mike Kanellis. Again, I'm really enjoying the booking of that on 205 Live for sure. And again, when I saw her wrestle in the Battle Royal Evolution, she can still go pretty good. So I wouldn't mind seeing her in the ring. She's still on the SmackDown roster. I saw that. But I just wanted November 2nd to lose at Mania 35 to Ali or Nice. I agree. I'm going to say maybe Royal Rumble to Ali. Do you think the Bellas will will cost Ronda the match. No. The Bella stuff is done with Ronda. Becky and Styles are still our picks to win the Rumble, which is fine. Ali has more of the heel look, but still think it'll be Alexander because he'll grow frustrated of losing, and also because Buddy to turn face, which again would be a bad idea. I also agree Ali versus Alexander versus Murphy at Mania 35. I was predicting maybe Royal Rumble, but you could do it at Mania if you wanted to, but we'll see. She thinks it will be Cole, Graves, and Saxon on commentary. Okay. 3 Years of Hell, she saw was in 09 at the Bash between Triple H and Orton. Yeah, I think the last one that ever took place was between Ryback and Cena at Payback in 2013. Didn't see it though, but that's the last time we got that. Iron Man match. Last one was between Cena and Orton at bragging rights. No, we got it. We got a couple Iron Man matches. We had the last one we had was one between Rollins and Ziggler at Extreme Rules in the main event this past year. Remember, guys, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After every single minute, had to witness that live. It was so annoying. We got that one. We had the Bar and the Hardy Boys had the Iron Man match at Great Balls of Fire in 2017. Of course, we had the Iron Woman match with Bayley and Sasha and Charlotte, but the one with Sasha and Charlotte wasn't too good. We've seen a couple Iron Man matches though since. Never saw the Rollins Iron Man match. Extreme Rules this past year in 20. This past year talking about, yeah, that's when that took place. Rollins and Ziggler at Extreme Rules. This year, that's when it happened. Did you get to? I can't remember if you saw Extreme Rules or not. I mean, I was there, so I obviously saw it. But oh well. But the final 3 matches I'm going to predict in order: Bryan and Styles for the WWE Championship. Again, wish this would have been like a ladder match or something. I'm going a little bit of a different route with this prediction. Obviously, Daniel Bryan's going to retain. But I feel like we're going to get this. We're going to twist this a little bit. Yes, he's going to have a dominating match. Daniel Bryan is going to have a dominating heel match against a phenomenal babyface AJ Styles. But I feel like they're going to kind of in a way to not make Bryan look weak, tease Styles going to be able to win the match. But I think again, Randy Orton, I predicted earlier to win. I'm going to predict that Randy Orton causes some type of distraction on Styles to tease the beginning of their feud heading towards WrestleMania. And Bryan can beat Styles clean, of course, if he wants to do that and not have the interference. It's cool. But I like to spice up a little bit. Have Randy Orton kind of distract Styles, whether it's just his Titantron playing or whatnot, as he's his next victim. So I'm going to predict that. Set up like a long build for a match for WrestleMania between Orton and Styles. I'm going to predict Daniel Bryan retaining, but with some outside interference from Randy Orton for a WWE Championship match. We have Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin in a TLC match, and of course the stipulation is if Strowman wins, he gets the Universal Championship opportunity at Royal Rumble, which if he gets that, he should win, but I fear he may not. But either way, I'm still wanting to say I want to see Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman for the Universal title at WrestleMania. I mean, if it's Drew McIntyre and Brock, just better have Drew win. But either way, I say Drew should win the Universal title at WrestleMania 35. Of course, if Corbin wins, he'll become permanent GM. But if he loses his job. Now, here's the thing, though. I don't want Corbin just to lose this match and then just get released. Just get him out of this, maybe just GM gimmick and whatnot, because it's just not being booked right for him. Well, of course, this past week, all the heat got thrown on him because of that promo that Seth Rollins cut. But once again, it's kind of too late to save this whole role of him being GM. We've already ranted about that how many times. So obviously, there's question about whether Braun Strowman is going to be ready or not. Well, I feel Braun Strowman, again, just returning and being Corbin is going to be kind of boring. So I'm going to predict, go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Braun Strowman is not going to be cleared, but he'll still show up and say he found someone to do the bidding for him. And we recently saw this guy have a match apparently at Starrcade against Baron Corbin. Bray Wyatt will make his return. It could be debuting a new gimmick or a new persona, maybe. Who knows? And in a short TLC match, he will defeat Baron Corbin. And it could lead to a Bray Wyatt and Baron Corbin. It's like, something, not tremendous, but something like a nice, simple little TV feud between Baron Corbin and Bray Wyatt, I feel can help get Bray Wyatt's momentum going again, in my opinion. Because, having Strowman not being able to wrestle this match will still get some momentum to Corbin to make Corbin still look effective for the damage he did to Strowman. And having Bray Wyatt feuding with Baron Corbin afterwards could, get some momentum going for him. Again, it's just going to be a TV feud. It's not going to be a pay-per-view feud. Of course, again, that's me saying a lot, and it could be a bad feud. But it could also give Strowman that Universal title match against Brock at Royal Rumble also. So that's why I'm going to go that route. I'm going to have Braun Strowman not be able to compete, but he will show up and announce someone's there to fight for him, and it'll be Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt will beat Baron Corbin and costing Baron Corbin his job. That's what I'm going to say for that. And then finally, the main event, which I feel should be the SmackDown Live Women's Championship TLC Triple Threat match. Now, this one, again, I am going back and forth again on the results. Here's what I want to see happen. I would like to see Becky Lynch retain, but still declare herself for the Royal Rumble match because she wants to still get her hands on Ronda Rousey. And her winning could make her an ultimate badass. However, though, again, my thing is I still say at least Ronda and Charlotte and maybe Becky will cross paths at this pay-per-view. I feel it has to happen. So what if, Ronda does come out and starts brawling with Charlotte to get her revenge on her, but then Becky gets involved also because she wants to still get her, they have unfinished business too. And that could help, Asuka win. I still think, if Becky used to drop the title, give it to Asuka. But, Becky can, what if Becky wins the Royal Rumble to challenge Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania with the title on, and she either relinquishes the title or she'll drop it to Asuka, shortly after. And maybe Asuka win in the Elimination Chamber or something like that. It's just a way to, again, I'm still going to go with Becky retaining. But Asuka, I think, will be my second pick if Ronda Rousey somehow gets involved in this match. Because the problem is, I don't want to see it happen. I don't want to see Ronda Rousey drop the title to Nia Jax. Like, that's just the situation there. And also, I don't want this match to take place before Ronda and Nia. That would piss me off. This match should be the main event of TLC. And it should be given a lot of time. I say give this match a good 20, 30 minutes. I guess it could capitalize also on this momentum Asuka got from tonight. So, again, it's tough because I know, story-wise, Ronda and Charlotte are going to cross paths, and Ronda and Becky also. But I'd say I'm still going to pick Becky to retain. But if not, if Ronda does get involved and it causes some type of chaos with her and Becky and Charlotte, I'd say then Asuka would win the title here. But I do think eventually Becky will drop that title to Asuka, whether if it's before Royal Rumble or even if it's at the Elimination Chamber. I'll go as far as saying that. But we'll see what happens. I will say Becky Lynch retains. And guys, those are my predictions. Again, here are my predictions once again, just to run down them once again. again, if any of the following 3 matches happen, here's what I will say happened. Roode and Gable will still be Raw Tag Champions. Nakamura will retain his U.S. title if that match happens. And if Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy happens, Samoa Joe will win. Truth and Carmelo win the Mixed Match Challenge. Ruby Riott wins the Tables match. The Bar retains by pinning the New Day. Elias will beat Bobby Lashley in that god-awful match. Randy Orton wins the Chairs match. Ambrose will win the IC title match by disqualification. Ronda Rousey will retain against Nia Jax. Drew McIntyre will defeat Finn Balor. Murphy will retain a Cruiserweight Championship, and thanks to a heel turn from Mustafa Ali. Daniel Bryan will retain thanks to interference from Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt will replace Braun Strowman, and he'll beat Baron Corbin. And I think Becky Lynch will win the main event. So that, guys, are my predictions for TLC 2018. Check the live chat one more time before I go off the air. We've got this. Let me see here. I think we were where were we at? All right, here. Lauren says Bryan needs to win this. Styles should stay away from the title scene for a while, which, again, a feud with Orton, I feel, will definitely be a good way for that to happen. I think Orton will distract Styles and Orton in a Bryan alliance. I'd be down. Orton could also distract Bryan as well. We could see a triple threat between them as well, which is possible. I think again, I still think Bryan should face John Cena at either WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. But if not, then maybe a match with Bryan, Styles, and Orton at Royal Rumble could work as well. I'd say. I think Orton will get involved somehow in the match, but Bryan again needs to retain that championship. Watch Steph be at TLC, probably if Corbin's job's on the line. I still think Braun will be replaced by Bray and have Bray with a shocking upset, and watch Matt Hardy be the new GM. And you know what? Also, you have Bray also want to be support for his former partner Matt Hardy as well for be GM as well, which is another reason why he could feud with Baron Corbin. I think Asuka will pin Charlotte and win the title. Well, she won't pin her; she has to grab it from the top of the ladder. Asuka deserves to win the title. That way, Becky could go on to feud with Ronda and have Becky defeat Ronda at Mania 35. Great predict. I mean, again, also another thing too. Also, if Becky would go into the women's Royal Rumble match with the championship, it would make her win a little more unpredictable for her winning the Royal Rumble match. So again, she could still go win the Royal Rumble match as champion. I still feel just make things a little more interesting, but we'll see what happens. Great predictions always. Heading to bed. 2-for-1. Special tonight. Loved it. Sweet dreams. See you for your first stream sometime. Your special stream sometime this week. Which I'll get that in a second. Mark says I think Ronda versus Asuka would be interesting, which could happen. I'm going to bed. I have to be somewhere in the morning. Good night. Thank you for joining me live, Mark. But thank you guys, Jim, for my predictions. So those are my TLC predictions again, guys. Tomorrow I will do the trifecta of NXT UK 205 Live and NXT. I'll do that. Now, the special live stream, I know I moved them to Fridays because of my busy schedule with my new job, my seasonal job, but I think I'm going to have to try to do the special live stream Thursday during the day because Friday I'm doing my Christmas shopping and I have a family get-together. So I'll probably do the special stream, which will be the TLC one on Thursday. And I'll try to do a second one maybe Saturday night because I have nothing good on Saturday night, but I'll do a second one then for my best of bests. And of course, Sunday is going to be my TLC review, but I don't know if I'll be able to watch TLC straight from the beginning as soon as it starts at 7 because I have a Christmas party to go to on Sunday, so I may tune into TLC just a little bit later, but we'll see what happens. But thank you to Mark and Lauren and anybody else who joined us in the live chat. Time for both streams, Bowl of Eyes also. Larry was in there as well here and there. But guys, thanks again for joining me live tonight. Again, for both SmackDown and TLC. So guys, what are your TLC 2018 predictions? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, be sure to click my like and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheManEverybody93. And with that, guys, I will see you all later. So until my NXT UK review tomorrow, guys, peace out, everybody, and have a good night. Peace.